watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4 on this Wednesday. Have you noticed a lot of people are saying we're going to skip the rest of fall and put up our Christmas lights?
Yes,
it's Christmas
I'm
now.
one of them.
Oh, have you done
Actually,
it?
I feel like you should seize the day during this mild week.
Yeah, we're having a great weather week so far.
Because winter is coming, and sooner than we think, maybe. Let's get a look at the forecast. Alex is here, and there is snow. It's becoming more of a certainty this weekend. Will any of it stick?
It could, and especially on those grassy surfaces, any trees that have leaves on it. Pavement temperatures are pretty warm, and anything that does stick will eventually melt away. So it's still looking like we're going to get that snow, or at least a decent chance for that snow this upcoming weekend, Saturday night going into early Sunday. But one thing we got to keep a very close eye on, which is always the case for any time that we track snow, is if that track goes a little bit further to the south, that takes that snow chance a little bit further to the south as well. But the temperatures, regardless of if we get snow or not, are going to be on the chilly side. Look at that Sunday high of only 34. That's closer to our normal low temperature for this time of year. We will eventually rebound and get back up into the upper 40s to the lower 50s as we head later into next week. Upper 20s to right around 30 tonight. That's typical for this time of year. Breezy on Thursday. We're getting kind of used to that. Extra hairspray day again. Highs in the mid 50s. We're in the mid 50s right now. A lot of 55s out there. 56 in Boscoville and 57 to the south in Monroe. Dane County here. A lot of 55s, but look at the 58s to the west. Sauk City, Cross Plains, Verona, Mount Horeb. And planning the night will round out at about 30 degrees. And when I come and get back up into the 50s tomorrow, when I come back in a few minutes, we're going to track that weather system that could bring that mix of rain changing to some snow. That's coming up in a little while.
Thank you, Alex. Madison police are asking for your help to find a missing man. David Wells was last seen at about 7 last night near the intersection of Gammon Road and Flower Lane. Wells was walking to a nearby gas station to get cigarettes. Authorities say he has seizures and is deaf. Wells was last seen wearing a black and white checkered beret, white checkered sweatshirt, navy blue long sleeve shirt, and blue sweatpants. He's 6 feet tall, weighs 200 pounds, and has gray shoulder length hair. If you have any information on where Wells could be, call the City of Madison at 608-261-9694.
In Rock County, a 17-year-old is facing charges after a crash yesterday afternoon that killed one and sent 3 to the hospital. Just before 4, the Rock County Sheriff's Office responded to a one-vehicle crash in the town of Bradford, which is southeast of Janesville. The vehicle was traveling north when it lost control and rolled multiple times and ended up in a ditch. A 15-year-old boy was pronounced dead at the scene. The 3 others in the car were taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The 17-year-old driver, Carter Petit, was treated at the hospital and then arrested for 1 count of homicide by negligent operation of a motor vehicle.
We're bringing you an update on a multi-county chase that we first brought to you yesterday. And now what you're seeing is new dash cam video shared by the Monona Police Department. Late Monday night, police say they were led on a chase from Monona to Rock County. This video shows the vehicle driving on just 3 tires right there and then eventually coming to a stop. After stopping, the driver refused commands, so then police fired a tear gas canister through the window, which caused the man to leave the car and surrender. 30-year-old Raekwon Allen of Fitchburg faces charges related to driving a stolen vehicle, recklessly endangering safety, and eluding. Well, have you ever tried skipping breakfast or, you wait to eat until later in the day? They call it intermittent fasting.
It's something that's growing in popularity, but the big question is it good for you? Our Sarah Carlson joins us now with more on what the latest research is showing. Sarah?
Hi, Brady and Susan. Well, plenty of people swear by this intermittent fasting, not only for weight loss, but a lot of people say brain focus. However, a review of 71 different studies involving more than 3,400 healthy adults found no significant difference in cognitive performance between fasting and eating normally. So while fasting or time-restricted eating won't dull your mental sharpness, not surprisingly, food-related tasks are actually harder when hungry, And of course, fasting effects vary significantly by time of day. So it's worse later in the day, for example. Keep that in mind for certain shifts. The study also found that kids and teens perform worse when fasting, as well as people with certain medical conditions. And a new study by researchers at Virginia Tech has ranked the top 2 junk foods that are the most harmful for your brain. Those are ultra-processed meats and sweetened beverages. Those who eat at least 1 extra serving of ultra-processed meats per day, and it's a lot of people, showed a 17% higher risk of developing cognitive issues like Alzheimer's disease. And on the sweetened beverage side, things like sodas, sugary iced teas, or fruit drinks, these were only a bit less brain rotting. Those who consumed at least 1 extra serving a day showed a 6% increase in that risk of developing cognitive issues. So those are things we kind of already knew about, but kind of scary too. Finally, it is National Stress Awareness Day,
Also known as Wednesday.
It's a good day for that. So it's a time to identify the stress that we have, what we can do to handle it. It's interestingly, stress is good for the human body. It helps us learn to deal with change. But then too much of it or not dealing with it right can be so incredibly harmful. So for me, to deal with stress, I need to run. If I get a run in, I'm a happy Sarah.
Yeah.
How about the 2 of you?
Oh, I like to go on like really long Saturday morning walks. I like to get up as the sun's coming up and I walk around the isthmus, take pictures, and that kind of sets me up for a good weekend.
Me too. I like to be outside. Sometimes I just step out on the weather patio and catch a little sunshine.
breath?
Yeah, take a breath. And, you know, chocolate helps too.
I was just going to say, and then there's chocolate.
Yeah, and that wasn't in her junk food thing, so it's a free space.
Yeah, that's true. Won't rot your brain. That's good. That's
Exactly.
good news.
Thanks, guys.
Very interesting. Thank you, Sarah. Well, right now, there are growing frustrations. You've probably heard a lot about this in the suburbs near Madison as city officials receive proposals for data centers. It's become a very big story, and community members have been speaking out at town hall meetings across the area this week.
Our Tanasia Shaw is covering how this could impact local resources. Tanasia, so how many cities could have a data center in the near future?
Yep, so in the south central Wisconsin area, there's a proposal in DeForest, and they're planning for a data center in the Janesville area, but that's still in its beginning stages. Further away, there's also proposals in Ozaukee County and Beaver Dam. Residents in Dane and Rock County continue to speak out after proposals to bring data centers to Janesville in that DeForest area. The projects have got a lot of backlash from residents, and in the midst of the plans and the backlash from residents, Clean Wisconsin released this study saying that these data centers will consume a lot of energy and water in Wisconsin.
A year ago, we never heard of one single entity using a gigawatt of energy. It is an enormous amount of energy. And now we're seeing data centers popping up in Wisconsin and all over the country that are planning to use that amount of energy.
As of Monday, Janesville is still considering bringing a data center to the city, and the company QTS is planning to submit a zoning application form to the Village of DeForest this month. And I will have more on the plans for the data centers and the resources being used tonight at 6.
Tanasia, thank you. Next on Live at 4, the Packers are playing the Eagles in Monday Night Football. Our Packers senior writer Jason Wilde gives us an injury update.
And then the Overture Center is going back to the future. Josh Breiter gives us the inside scoop of this upcoming performance.
And the wind is picking up for today, but will it stick around? Alex shows us in the First Warn forecast.
Plus, we have new video this afternoon that shows the moment a UPS plane crash landed in Kentucky.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
In the 608, the Overture Center is going back to the future in 2026.
And as Josh Breiter reports, they're promoting the musical that's coming to Madison in a very fun way right now.
The Overture Center is going back to the future in 2026, but they're gearing up the excitement this week as tickets officially go on sale. And we've got a local DeLorean replica to show off here today. And of course, I'm dressed in the part. We're looking McFly today. I'm going to put this in here. We're going to talk to the guys behind this magic right here. We've got Kevin and Steve. Kevin, I want to start with you. You know, what went into this car right here?
Oh, about 2,000 hours of our time during the COVID pandemic.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so the car was actually 2 scrap parts cars basically that were destined for the junkyard that I happened to get my hands on. And we made one good car out of it that we could run and drive. And at that point, once we had it all completed, Steve stepped into the picture and said, hey, let's build a Back to the Future replica. Who can pass that up?
Why not? And how accurate is this car, Steve?
This car is extremely accurate. Every wire, every button, everything on it is exactly like the one in the movie.
Oh my gosh. So I would imagine, obviously, there was a little bit of research and history that you had to go back into.
Yeah, there was. We did a lot of our own research, but on top of that, I was fortunate enough to be on the restoration team for the real screen-used car at Universal Studios in 2011. So as you can imagine, I had a lot of inside baseball and a lot of knowledge on how to build it and where to source the parts from.
And it sounds like it's that partnership that really made this work.
It really was. You know, I'm a DeLorean mechanic by trade, and Steve's a Back to the Future prop guy by trade, and we just combined our resources to complete the car.
You know, that is so cool. And I'm guessing you probably turn a few heads here and there?
We turn all the heads everywhere we go. Whenever you drive the time machine, it's a parade. Whether it's on the freeway, whether you're just taking it down the street to get gas, you can't go to the gas station for less than a half hour when you pull up in the time machine.
Oh, I believe it. So how cool is it for you guys to be partnering up with the Overture? Obviously, Back to the Future, the musical, will be coming here. I mean, this is a big part of it right here.
Oh, we're super excited. I mean, we've been waiting for the musical to come to Madison, and now that it's finally here, we couldn't partner with them fast enough. So we were super excited, and we'll be here in March with the car when the musical actually comes, so we're super pumped about it.
Oh, well, you guys, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it. And if you'd like to learn more about Back to the Future, the musical, coming here to the Overture in March of 2026, we have the story up on channel3000.com. Tickets actually go on sale this Friday at 11 o'clock, so you don't want to miss out. In Madison, with the DeLorean, I'm Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
Or Marty McFly. Thanks, Marty.
Brady and I are very jealous.
No, the DeLorean was always one of my favorite cars growing up.
It is so cool. All right, let's get to the weather because there is definitely weather to talk about.
And it's going to start off with that big chill here. Look at Saturday, look at Sunday, look at Monday. Temperatures 44 on Saturday, 34 on Sunday, 36 on Monday. So we're going to go from near 60 on Friday down into the 30s by the time we get into the upcoming weekend. When you got a big swing like that, you're probably thinking some weather's going to help transition us from the warm stuff to the cold stuff. And boy, that will be the case. First off, tonight, though, we'll be in the upper 20s to right around 30 degrees. That's normal for this time of year. Then as we look at Thursday, highs in the mid-50s, breezy conditions. And then we have a cold front that's going to come through as we go into Thursday night, going on into Friday, with just a couple of showers here trying to pop up right around 9, 10 o'clock tomorrow evening. As we get towards 12 o'clock, those showers line up right around Madison, and they push off to the east very, very quickly. So it's Madison areas to the east that see the showers Thursday night, with maybe a few overrunning showers continuing through the wee hours, the early morning hours of Friday. That system pushes out of here. Breezy conditions, highs up around 60 on Friday. And then weather system number 2, I was going to do 2 this way, but that's 4. So here's weather system number 2, Saturday going into Saturday evening. Now let's track that together here. This is what this is going to look like. I've seen very minimal changes over the past couple of days with this weather model. Very consistent rain-snow mix, breaking out from Boscobel over to Lone Rock, over to Madison right around 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and potentially turning over to all snow as we go into Saturday evening. A period of scattered snow showers that could accumulate on those grassy surfaces. Minor accumulations, and I want to emphasize minor accumulations, are expected at this point in time. Maybe a slushy inch or so across southern Wisconsin. It'll be melting too, because remember, the grounds are also very warm right now. 7 o'clock Sunday morning, that's the start of the Madison Marathon. We could have a couple of light snow showers yet, but breezy conditions, regardless if this weather system slips a little bit to the south, it's still going to be chilly on Saturday, chilly on Sunday, and then chilly once again on Monday. So the latest here, bottom line, we're going to keep an eye on that track. If it goes to the south, it takes the snow chances to the south. If the track stays as is, some minor slushy snow accumulations, perhaps that very first snow of the fall going into the winter season for parts of southern Wisconsin. We'll be keeping a very close tab on that. And as I just mentioned, Badger game. Well, first let's start off. Farmers Market, dry but chilly Saturday morning. Badger game, raindrops mixing in with some snowflakes, chilly temperatures. Madison Marathon on Sunday, chilly temperatures with maybe a few flurries left over. And then if you're going northeast up towards Lambeau Field for Friday, I'm going way too far into the future here. Monday afternoon going into Monday evening, it's going to be chilly stuff, breezy conditions. You're going to want to bundle up for all those upcoming events this weekend as we get a little taste of winter.
It's that time of the year. Yep, so you were thinking about the DeLorean. You were going into the future.
Yes, we're going into the future. Way in the future.
All right, thank you, Alex. Well, with the football season well underway, trades are top of mind for the Packers.
Our senior Packers writer Jason Wilde shows us.
If any of us were surprised that the Packers stood pat at the NFL trade deadline on Tuesday, then shame on us. We should have known better. This is Brian Gutekunst's 8th season as the Packers general manager, his 8th trade deadline, and the 8th consecutive year where the Packers did not acquire a player at or near the trade deadline. Now, they have made a few trades during Goody's time as GM, sending players elsewhere. They traded Clinton Dix, a safety, to the Washington Commanders. They traded Rasul Douglas, a cornerback, to the Buffalo Bills 2 years ago. And last year they traded Preston Smith, a defensive end, to the Pittsburgh Steelers. But the Packers don't pay premium prices for players at the trade deadline, even though in this instance, with the injury to Tucker Kraft and with some questions at cornerback, the Packers could have very well made a move. They chose not to. They will head into Monday night's game against the defending Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles with the team that they had even before the trade deadline. We'll have full coverage of everything Packers leading into that Monday night game against the Eagles on our website, channel3000.com, where our Packers coverage is always free. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for our Packers newsletter, which delivers that coverage directly to your inbox every single day. In Green Bay, Jason Wilde, channel3000.com.
Thank you, Jason. Coming up on Live at 4, emergency teaching licenses are being issued at an alarming rate, according to a new report. We'll show you the reasons why.
And investigators are trying to piece together why a UPS plane crashed moments after takeoff. We're bringing you some breaking news at 4. A Greene County jury has found a 21-year-old man guilty in the killing of his newborn baby in 2021.
After a 2-hour deliberation, the jury found Logan Krugenberg Anderson guilty of first-degree intentional homicide and hiding the corpse of a child. Prosecutors say Anderson placed his newborn daughter in a fallen tree after shooting her twice in the head. The baby's mother told police they felt they couldn't keep the child. Sentencing is set for March 16th, and the homicide charge carries a mandatory life sentence. The numbers on Wall Street today are looking green. The Dow is up 225 points. The Nasdaq gained 151. The S&P 500 picked up nearly 25.
At least 11 people are dead after a UPS plane crashed during takeoff yesterday in Louisville, Kentucky.
Horrific video shows the plane exploding into flames shortly after leaving the runway last night. We have an update within the last few minutes. Investigators say the cause could be linked to an engine catching on fire and falling off the plane. CBS's Nicole Valdez is in Louisville with more.
28 members of the National Transportation Safety Board arrived at Louisville's International Airport on Wednesday to start their investigation into the terrifying crash of a UPS plane.
They are going to analyze absolutely every bit of what happened. We're talking about everything that is man-made, that is machine-made, that is environmental.
Video shows the plane's wing on fire during takeoff and the aircraft exploding into flames shortly after leaving the runway. The plane hit a nearby petroleum recycling plant and an auto parts facility. And with 38,000 gallons of fuel, the fire raged overnight.
There are landing gear that's out there. You would not see a whole fuselage. With the intense fire that was there, most of things are gone.
Officials say this tragedy could have been so much worse, as many of those employees had already left those businesses before the crash. Kentucky's governor says the state's disaster relief fund is set up to help victims' families, including paying for funerals.
In Kentucky, we grieve together and we support one another.
Captain Norman C. Wright Jr. is a retired UPS pilot who spoke with others who fly the same MD-11 plane.
And they were just dumbfounded as much as I am. It's so unusual. It's hard to wrap your mind around what happened.
3 crew members were on board. UPS employs about 20,000 workers at their processing facility in Louisville. Local officials say almost everyone in the city knows someone who works there. Nicole Valdez, CBS News, Louisville.
The airport has reopened one runway. A shelter-in-place order is down now to just a quarter-mile radius around the crash site, and officials are monitoring the water and air quality in the area. The death toll once again has been updated to 11. Coming up on Live at 4, a News 3 Now investigation looks into how artificial intelligence is impacting all of our lives. We'll have a preview to Jaylen Banks' full story.
Then it was a major sweep last night for Democrats. We'll see how both parties are responding to those national election results.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Live at 4. Hopefully everyone's enjoying these last moments of sunlight. It's been getting pretty dark out there.
It is. By the time we leave at the end of the show, it's already dark, and it's going to be getting colder and chillier. So just enjoy the nice weather today. Let's take a look outside. It was a nice sunny day, still felt relatively mild, but there are some big changes on the way for the weekend. And Alex is watching our first chance for snow that's on the way.
Yep, it's all on the way. If you're ready for some snow, check out my personal Facebook page. Follow me. We have a little yes/no question going on. Do you want that slushy snow this weekend? And it is filling up very quickly with answers. I go to my Facebook, you can see what the consensus is. It's pretty interesting. 60 degrees for temperatures on Friday, then we're down into the lower 30s. We're barely going to get into the low to mid 30s as we head into Sunday, going on into Monday, and then we'll slowly work our way back up to temperatures near normal for this time of year. Now, temperatures tonight are going to be normal in the upper 20s, trade around 30. And then as we go into Thursday, the breezes are going to pick back up again. We're getting used to that. And temperatures will still be in the low to mid 50s. Right now, our temperatures outside, we've got 55. That's a pretty common number across southern Wisconsin. And in Dane County, we got the 55s from Madison Airport, areas off to the east, and then some 58s off towards the west. Friends in Sauk City, Cross Plains, Mount Orab, and Verona right now feeling right around 6 degrees. But how about that? That snow chance is on the way for Saturday night going into early Sunday. Minor accumulations are possible, maybe a slushy inch, maybe 2, but that track is always key for where that band of snow sets up. Right now, it has shifted a little bit to the south, taking better chances, perhaps more towards northern Illinois, but still skimming southern Wisconsin with some snow to wake up to Sunday morning. When I come back in a little while here, about 15, 20 minutes, we're going to track that weather system together so I can show you the timing of the potential for the first snow of the fall-winter season. That's coming up.
All right, Alex, thank you. Well, as AI evolves, it's becoming more and more a part of our everyday lives.
And the warnings of its impacts on the job market is dominating the headlines. News 3 Now's Jaylen Banks joins us now with a special look at a story he's worked on for several months, surviving AI. Jaylen?
Thank you, Brady and Susan. A study by J.P. Morgan looked at the recent unemployment rate of college grads. It's currently at a 4-year high of 5.8% in March of 2025. And it's not just white-collar jobs that might be on the chopping block of AI. Those job markets that are concerning at the moment are something a professor from UW-Madison that runs their AI hub is looking closely at.
I mean, listen, it's a reality. So there will be jobs displaced by AI. Self-driving trucks launched in Texas 2 months ago. And there's a world where trucks are being driven by AI.
Tune in tonight at 10 for Surviving AI. I will bring you details about its growth and impact on the workforce.
We will see you at 10. Looking forward to it, Jaylen. Thank you. Wisconsin is issuing emergency teaching licenses at record levels as traditional teacher training programs are failing to meet demand. Last year, over 3,800 Tier 1 licenses were given, which was a 20% increase from the previous year. New teachers are affected the most, with 21% holding emergency licenses compared to just 1.7% of experienced teachers. Special education faces the largest shortage, accounting for 22% of emergency licenses, despite making up only 6% of teaching positions. Experts link the trend to rising student needs and fewer traditional teacher graduates. Well, traffic in downtown Madison could get a little less hectic on game days. That's good news. North Randall Avenue between Campus Drive and West Dayton Street is now open again after being closed since May for a utility installation project. The road runs directly northeast of Camp Randall and right by the UW-Madison College of Engineering. City officials say Metro routes D, O, and 80 will return to that street next Monday.
At a White House breakfast meeting, President Trump pressured Republican senators to scrap the filibuster rule that requires 60 votes to advance most legislation. Senate Majority Leader John Thune says the votes aren't there to change the rule that would let Republicans fund the government and end the shutdown without the needed Democratic votes.
It's time for Republicans to do what they have to do, and that's terminate the filibuster. It's the only way you can do it. And if you don't terminate the filibuster, you'll be in bad shape. We won't pass any legislation. There'll be no legislation passed for 3 1/4. We have 3 1/4 years, so it's a long time.
Leader Jeffries and I, this morning, demanded that Donald Trump sit down and meet with us to address the health care crisis. Anytime, anywhere, any place, we're ready to meet with him. It's time to sit down and negotiate with Democrats to bring this Republican shutdown to an end and address the health care crisis.
Republicans continue to urge Democrats to support a short-term spending bill, while Democrats are pushing for an extension to Affordable Care Act subsidies they say are needed to lower health insurance premiums.
Next on Live at 4, Democrats saw some big wins last night across the country.
We look at what those wins mean going forward for both parties, and we reflect on how Wisconsin played its role in the 2024 election 1 year ago today.
Plus, a mild weather pattern continues, but not for long. Alex is back with the forecast to tell us how short-lived it might be.
And the weather may not feel like it, but the Christmas trees and holiday decorations are coming out. That has Susan excited.
Very excited. I'm one of those people.
That's okay. We look at a regional neighbor and how its annual tradition is faring this year.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
A handful of key Election Day races brought big wins for the Democrats in California, Virginia, and New Jersey.
And New York's race for mayor drew the largest turnout in more than 50 years. Bradley Blackburn has the recap.
New York City's mayor-elect got right to work, promising to stand up to President Trump.
When I speak about Trump-proofing this city, I speak about protecting those with the least from the consequences of a man with the most power in this country.
The 34-year-old self-described Democratic socialist humbled New York's political establishment with his Election Day triumph over Andrew Cuomo and gave Republicans a dramatic talking point.
We have Democrats who are flailing. They have no leader. Their national leader now, as we've noted, is Mamdani. He's a communist. Good luck with that.
Mamdani's win was one of several key victories for the Democratic Party this Election Day, and President Trump was watching closely.
I don't think it was good for Republicans. I don't think it was good. I'm not sure it was good for anybody.
The president's ally in New Jersey lost the governor's race to Democrat Mikey Sherrill. And in Virginia, Abigail Spanberger's double-digit victory flips the governor's office from red to blue.
Virginia chose pragmatism over partisanship. We chose our Commonwealth over chaos.
In California, Governor Gavin Newsom won the latest redistricting battle, hoping to gain an edge in next year's midterm elections.
We're proud. We're proud here in California to be part of this narrative.
His Proposition 50 is a countermeasure to a similar move in Texas and could flip as many as 5 House seats for Democrats. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Speaking of elections today, November 5th marks 1 year since President Donald Trump won his non-consecutive second term for the White House. President Trump's victory was sealed after he took the state of Wisconsin, securing the 270 electoral votes required to win. He beat Vice President Kamala Harris, who took the Democratic bid after then-President Joe Biden dropped out late in the campaign. Presidents Trump and Grover Cleveland are the only commanders-in-chief to get a second term after failing to win a re-election attempt.
Well, coming up on Live at 4, Jenny Dahlman from the Overture Center joins us here in the studio.
And she's here to talk about the newest performances coming to town this month. The DeLorean. Well, we're taking a live look at Phoenix, Arizona from the South Mountain. It's 87 degrees there. How about that? And clear. A fun fact about the South Mountain, it's home to a 16,000-acre park. That's the largest municipal park in the country and largest urban park on the planet, featuring hiking trails and scenic drives overlooking that beautiful city.
Soak in the warmth. Well, earlier, Josh Spreiter told us about the Back to the Future, the musical, which is coming to Overture in March.
Yeah, you heard me talking about the DeLorean a little bit. That's just the beginning of an exciting month of November at the Overture Center. Jenny Dahlman is the co-CEO and Chief Marketing and Communications Officer at Overture. Hello.
Welcome back, Jenny.
Welcome
Good to
back.
see you.
Thank you so much for having me. I love being here with you.
We have a big, exciting roster to talk about. And
Yes.
what, starting tomorrow, right?
Starting tomorrow
Wow.
night with one of our cabaret performances, Claiborne Elder. He's
And-
been on the Gilded Age.
Yeah, people would recognize him.
And a good Broadway star. And of course, everybody's seated on the stage for our cabaret, and it's so much fun.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. That's tomorrow night, November 6th. And then we have Gutenberg the Musical
Yes,
coming up.
Forward Theater Company is doing a run of Gutenberg the Musical. Hilarious show. Was a Broadway show, and now we have it right here in Madison. So very, very excited to see that myself. Yeah.
Not Steve Gutenberg, right?
No.
He has his own
No,
musical.
that would be a totally different musical.
Okay, and then coming up, what else do we have? We have the Madison Opera La Boheme.
La Boheme is this weekend. Their run is this weekend. An amazing opera, one of my favorites, and a great company.
Yes, Madison Opera is fantastic. That'd be a great opportunity to get to know a little bit of opera.
Yeah.
Then November 11th, Some Like It Hot. That's a great show.
Some Like It Hot. Yeah, it takes place in the not roaring 1930s, but the 1930s. Takes after the very famous movie, of course, with Marilyn Monroe back in the 1950s. So should be a great, fun, traditional musical with a lot of tap dancing.
And then people who are ready to get into the holiday spirit, Handel's Messiah
Yes.
is November 22nd.
Yes, and that is at Bethel Lutheran Church, and the WCO, Wisconsin Chamber Orchestra, does that every year. It's a great tradition. So.
Oh, it's a beautiful concert. And then to wrap up the month of November, we have the Lightwire Theater, a very electric Christmas. I like the sound of that.
So really fun show, great for families. It's the day after Thanksgiving, so families are looking for something to do downtown with their shopping, 2 o'clock matinee, wonderful sort of dance family performance with a lot of electrical lights.
Yeah. We rattled off all of these events, but it's just such a great opportunity for families, friends, or you can go by yourself too to make some new memories and just feel like a different connection to the culture here in the city.
Absolutely, that collective experience of seeing something new in a theater, just that awe that we see on our patrons' faces, it's just really fun, especially coming up to the holidays, right?
Yeah. We're so blessed to have it in Madison.
Yeah.
We really are. And you've got some ticket on sale announcements coming up.
do.
Some big news. Audra McDonald is coming to Madison.
Audra McDonald is coming in April 4th, and tickets go on sale on Friday, this Friday. We are so thrilled to have her. It's very rare to have her for an evening alone with a pianist. And we just can't wait. So we've been waiting for her to come for many years.
Is she doing more than one show or just one?
Just one show.
Wow.
So get your tickets. Get your tickets, yeah.
It seems like everyone who's on the Gilded Age finds her way to Madison eventually.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah, it's
That is
very
true.
true.
Come on, Christine Baranski.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, when is she coming? I'd like to see her here.
Well, that'll be great. And then, oh gosh, should we already talk about Back to the Future? Tickets are on sale
Tickets
now?
are on sale Friday.
That is Friday. Okay.
Yeah, and thanks for Josh coming this morning to see the DeLorean.
I think he had fun.
Really fun. I've already gotten a couple emails from people asking if the DeLorean is still on State Street. Do you know if it's
It
still?
isn't.
It isn't.
It will be back on Friday.
Oh, good to know. Okay,
Yeah.
there's your tip. Yeah. Jenny, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, both of you. It's such a pleasure.
We'll see you next month.
Okay, great.
Let's get a look at our first warn forecast. Alex is here with a snowy outlook on this weekend's events. Alex?
Yes, yeah, we got a lot of events going on this weekend. The very bottom line is Saturday night going into early Sunday, some minor snow accumulations are possible. This is that slushy stuff that's on grassy surfaces, not really so much on pavement surfaces, but the grassy surfaces, trees that still have leaves on them. But we're keeping a very, very close eye on that track because if it shifts further to the south, it takes that snow chance further to the south as well. But the First Warn Weather Team, we're keeping you up to date on the very latest track. Actually, this is the very latest update here with Future Track. Very updated here. So live television here. 2:30 p.m. We've got that rainstorm mix in southwest Wisconsin. As we advance a little bit further to 3:30, again, that rainstorm mix getting up to the Madison area. That's the start of the Badger game. Put this into motion here. This is a little bit further of a south shift, as we were just talking before. If that happens, that snowfall will hug more towards the Wisconsin-Illinois state line, as it's showing here right now. As we move through the rest of Saturday night going into Sunday, still looking at cold northwest winds with maybe just a bit of that flurry activity lasting into Sunday. There's a couple more snow showers trying to pop up Sunday afternoon behind the weather system. So still looking at this weather system. Again, the track is key, and it's the green line that I want you to focus on. That weekend weather system is a Clipper-like system, but it looks like it's starting to shift a little bit further to the south. It certainly could toggle its way back towards the north, again, as we head over the course of the next couple days, and that's critical for that snow band where it sets up maybe a slushy inch or so of accumulation. Upper 20s right around 30 tonight, then temperatures will get back into the 50s as we go into Thursday. Breezy conditions, the overall outlook here as we look at Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Doesn't matter how you slice it or dice it. Snow or no snow, it's going to be a chilly go here Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So you're going to certainly want to bundle up as we head into the upcoming weekend. It's going to take a while to warm back up into the upper 40s, back up into the lower 50s, which would be normal for this time of year. Live at 4 continues in just a couple minutes. We're going to talk about Chicago's Christmas tree. That's coming up.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
So our producer Cody heard Christmas music for the first time this morning and decided to put this story in the show. Well, Chicago is saying it's time to swap the pumpkin spice for peppermint now as they pick their tree for Millennium Park.
The city picked a 68-foot Norway spruce. It was donated by the Mason family of Glenview. Crews cut and placed the tree in the famous city park. The annual lighting ceremony is planned for Friday, November 21st.
That's almost as big as Susan's Christmas tree.
I love it. I am seriously one of those people. And the only person I know so far who's all lit up and ready to go is Josh Sprider.
Josh, yes, that's right.
Josh and I were destined to be friends. That's why I love it. He has his outdoor lights on, his trees are up, everything.
Ahead of schedule, and that's fine if it makes a person happy.
It makes me happy, yeah.
Well, if
a
you
little
want
snow, perfect.
Little snow to add to that feel in the air this upcoming weekend. You got to check out Channel 3000's Facebook page right now, or mine. We have a little yes or no. Do you want the snow this weekend? And the answers may surprise you what's going on. We do have that light snow in the forecast. Tune in during the 5 o'clock newscast. We'll have an update with Future Track.
Oh, now I want to go to your Facebook page and see what the ratio is. Thank you, Alex. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on Live at 4, we learn more about a mother's loss and how she's remembering her daughter by building a nationwide drug prevention curriculum. And later on News 3 Now at 5, we're learning more about how much energy and resources data centers actually use and will use. Tanasia Shaw is looking into those numbers. So good to spend this time with you today on Live at 4. We'll see you back here tomorrow. You can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+. News 3 Now at 5 starts right now.